Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, Leonard Ellerbe is firing back in regards to all the criticism that they're currently getting with the Tank Davis fight. It's interesting, Jay, because, and I'm going to take what I believe is a fair stance. If you are a Gervonta Davis supporter, then pretty much any fight that he takes, you're in agreement with, and you are aligned to it. If you are a detractor, there's only a handful of fights that you'll be interested in seeing Gervonta Davis in, most of which are fights that you believe he'll lose. Some of the fights are ridiculous, and in some situations you can tell that they just want him to put himself into a situation that's a disadvantage, even though their favorite fighter, they wouldn't ask for that. There's been a lot of criticism of Roach. Certain things really not making a whole lot of sense in terms of pulling up a fighter that's already fought at 35, that's already fought above 135 pounds. A lot of people who have made the arguments about measurables in justification for a specific fight, but then ignore the measurables here. And again, let me make sure I articulate this clearly, because there are so many people that struggle to comprehend. When I bring up measurables, it's not because I care about measurables. I'm using the fact that you use measurables in your argument to justify a specific fight, yet somehow measurables have no significance in this particular fight. It makes no sense. I don't care about the measurables. I'm talking about the fact that the guy is a champion at 130 pounds and moved up. That's what I'm talking about. So I just want to make that clear. But Leonard Ellerbe is tired of it, and he's fired back, Jay. This is what he had to say. Let me put it up real quick. This is what Leonard had to say, and in my opinion, he has a point. Get that up here. So Leonard said, every fight is a big fight. He's responding to someone on X. Every fight is a big fight. Attempting to trash a world champ who earned everything he got is not cool. Can't make guys fight, and nobody is going to be sitting around waiting on anyone. Mont up next. So, Jay, when you hear that, to me, that would suggest that, listen, they've tried to make fights happen. They've tried to make a fight with Lomachenko. It's rumored that they were going to send an offer to Shakur Stevenson, to the point that we've made in other videos. You can't force someone to fight. Either they want to fight you or they don't want to fight you. And you're not going to get an excessive amount of money just because you're fighting Gervonta Davis. Now, it's going to be more than what you have made in your career, yet you're not going to get like this amount of money that you haven't necessarily earned, or you don't actually put cheeks in seats and drive those sales, right? So, I feel that Leonard is right in regards to Gervonta Davis. I think that all of his fights are big fights. Do we all want to see Tank in a ring with somebody different than Lamont Roach? Sure. We do. We all do. I think we all as fight fans can agree on that, Jay. Would we rather see him in the ring with Lomachenko? Yeah. Would we rather see him in the ring with Shakur? Yeah. Would we rather see him in the ring with Tio or Devin? Yeah. But is Tank going to move to 140 right now? Probably not. Will Devin even fight at 140 again? Probably not. Can he fight Tio? Tio has issues right now with his contract. So no. So none of these things are going to end up materializing. So then what's the issue? His last fight, he fought a guy that was one of the top fighters at 135 pounds in Frank Martin, regardless of what you guys want to say. He was. So what's the issue? So I understand Leonard's pushback, and you're probably going to continue to see pushback in regards to this fight because, again, you got a guy that's a world champion at 130 pounds. It is what it is. It's a lot better than some of the opponents that have been mentioned here for some other fighters that seem to get a pass. And when I say seem to get a pass, Jay, all I'm saying is that they're not getting the same level of criticism or vitriol that we're seeing as it relates to Gervonta Davis. And it's coming from a certain fan base, right? So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he's pretty much summed it up to everything I've been saying the whole time. I went through a litany of all the potential fighters for Tank, and all of them were not available. Tank's getting all this heat because one person ducked that was available. I don't want to fight the rest of this year. I want to be with my family. Then at a fight, talk about he wants to fight Shakur right then and there. So I mean, he caused all this problem right here. Shakur didn't want it. Shakur's hurt. Teal's in litigation, like you said. If you were to fight Devin right now, they'd say Devin needed time to get back right after that fight with Ryan, because he would stretch Devin. They wouldn't give him any credit for that. So I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. It's the Tank rules, as I said before. Tank rules, and Leonard just pretty much said can't make guys fight, and nobody's going to be sitting around, because when they're sitting around, they cry and complain. Oh, they're inactive. He's active, going to be active versus a champion, and it's a problem. I would have a problem if Lamont Roach is a good fighter at 130. I would have a problem if Lamont Roach was his first choice when he had other better choices available, or Lamont Roach would say, coming off a loss from a guy that can't fight, that can't crack, that has 33% knockout ratio, that knocked him out, I would have a problem with Tank was doing that. Mm-hmm. But this is the last chance for Tank to stay active. Everyone else can stay busy fights, and they don't take on world champions, current world champions like that. It's not like Lamont Roach was the world champion 4 years ago. He's a current champion right now. Beat a fighter that Tank also fought in Hector Garcia, and they've also fought once in the amateurs that Tank won by UD, if I'm not mistaken. So is it the fight everyone wanted? No. We admit that. They admit that. That's why Leonard, like, Mont's up next. But Lamont ain't coming there just to lay down. Lamont has a chance to put his name out there. He get this fight he fights Tank, wins. He gets the 135 strap, and he puts himself in stardom. Hell, even if he loses and has a good fight, he still puts himself on a level he hasn't been at in his career. So this is a win-win for Lamont Roach. You know, he's not coming in there just to lay down. That's not what he's made. That's not how he's ever fought. That's not who he is. So these people are just pretty much just Tank detractors, and they're just haters. They want to have it both ways. If he's fighting Lamont Roach, he should be fighting. There's no one else available to fight right now. And if he's not fighting, he needs to be fighting when no one's available. So which one is it? You know, at least he's fighting a champion he's moving up, but Lamont Roach is actually a bigger fighter he's bigger than Tank. Hell, damn near everyone's bigger than Tank. In reality. So I mean, what's the problem with this? No one's touting this as this is the best fight ever, but it's a good scrap that we're going to see in December.
Yeah, I'm just happy to see Tank back in the ring. We'll see what the rest of the card looks like. Hopefully they stack it with some good fights, some good matchups, and we'll see what happens. But it is what it is. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.